Starfield's weapons are looking fantastic from the gameplay we've seen so far, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the best weapons that Bethesda has revealed, either in gameplay or through interviews, and while there have been well over 20 weapons revealed, I'm going to narrow it down to what I think are classified as the best or most intriguing weapons. And types of weapons in Starfield include ballistic, energy, and electromagnetic weapons that range from assault rifles to SMGs, energy-powered laser beams to particle weapons, and pretty much everything in between. And yes, there's even weapons that dish out multiple types of damage, including ones that dish out both energy and physical damage, which I'll be talking about in this video. So whether you enjoy a fast-rate SMG or something more long-range, I got you covered, so let's take a look at the best weapons in Starfield so far. So what's unique about the first weapon on the list, Eternity's Gate, is that despite its classification as a particle beam rifle, it does both energy and physical damage. This is considered a rare weapon, and if you look at its description, it describes its rounds as volatile, and they are designed to pack a bigger punch, but they are also unstable and can fail on occasion. So it definitely sounds like this weapon may carry some major risks with it, but the reward may outweigh this since it packs a bigger punch. And for those of you who want a high capacity weapon with fast fire rate, well, look no further than the drum beat. This weapon's name is clearly inspired by the drum magazine featured at the bottom of the gun, and yes, it may output less damage per ballistic bullet, but it surely makes up for this with its high fire rate. Also, with explosive rounds installed, it can dish out even more damage, making this extremely effective against a wide variety of enemies. And this little guy right here, called the Ember, packs quite a lot of heat thanks to its fiery ignition beams mod. Technically classified as a laser pistol, you'll notice that it also comes equipped with a standard barrel, a laser sight mod, and a focal lens mod as well. Plus, I just love the yellow hot orange design as well, which signifies that this thing is ready to start some fires. And you'll notice that the modified calibrated tombstone rifle is quite accurate, and it's able to hold a few more magazines thanks to its equipped large magazine mod. It seems that calibrated may hint at a more accurate weapon, and I'm sure that the long barrel and iron sights mods help out with this, of course. And I just love the look of this weapon, by the way. In fact, it's one of my favorite looking weapons in the game by far. It just looks awesome. And this list would not be complete without mentioning some of the heavy weapons in the game, including this minigun that we've seen so far, and this looks like it packs a serious punch. I think this weapon is going to be extremely popular, as well as this one right here, the Allied Negotiator, which appears to be a grenade-fed system right here. And yes, this one also will pack quite the punch as well. And the Advanced Grendel looks like it is going to be a trusty SMG, and some people are already comparing it to Starfield's version of the P90. It can carry quite a few rounds too, 50 bullets to be exact, meaning that you should be able to clear out a room of enemies without having to reload all the time. We've seen plenty of gameplay of this weapon so far, and it looks like it's going to be a go-to weapon for most of those medium to close range situations. If you look at the stats of this next weapon, the Magshear rifle, you'll notice right away just how expensive this weapon is. Of course, prices and value may change over time with the weapons in Starfield, but I'm guessing this one is so expensive due to its insane fire rate and long range. Of course, it's a magnetic weapon too, based on its name, and these magnetic weapons definitely look extremely powerful in Starfield. And now let's talk about the Brawler's Equinox. Yes, another cool name for a weapon, but this is considered a rare level weapon, and it shoots electromagnetic beams that dish out plenty of electromagnetic damage. And the Brawler's part of its name refers to the double damage you get when bashing enemies with the gun, making it more effective at hitting enemies unlike other weapons. So this one, of course, is going to be super useful in those close quarters situations. And speaking of close quarters combat, the game also has a futuristic double barrel shotgun called the Coachman, and this weapon will clearly be useful in close quarters combat thanks to its powerful shotgun shells that deliver high damage. It won't be the best at managing large crowds, however, due to its very slow firing rate, so use it wisely. And the Beowulf's name literally means warwolf, and not only does it have a cool name, but it also looks cool too. This weapon looks really sleek. I love its design, and it will also be using 7.77mm ballistic ammo, boasting a higher damage rating. I think this weapon is going to be very well balanced considering it is a rifle, so I think it's going to be actually pretty good with medium range combat. And you know what time it is? It is time for your top comments, where I talk with you about Starfield, and I'm going to go over the top comments of the last video, which was all about black holes in Starfield. And while black holes have not been confirmed, Todd Howard continues to dodge the question on if Starfield is going to have black holes or not. And this is what Overheated Eskimo said about this. They said, I think the interstellar vibe in this game is clear. A black hole will exist. Either be a special portal to Skyrim or some distant planet with sentient alien life forms where you get the special powers we saw at the end of Starfield Direct. Very interesting points there. I doubt the Skyrim thing's going to happen, but that second point about getting the special powers could be true, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is the case, and if black holes somehow tie into that mysterious part that we saw at Starfield Direct. Now, this next top comment comes from Michael Langston, who said, my guess is that the artifact reacts with us and allows us to be affected differently by gravity in some way, which in turn allows us to pass into black holes to a place we can unlock the gravity powers. Black holes are Starfield's word walls. That's why he won't talk about them, because he's also not said much about the powers from the showcase. And of course, he's talked about Todd Howard there. Now, this is a very interesting theory here, how an object or an artifact will allow us to then traverse into the black hole. So again, a lot of theories about these black holes, if they are indeed in the game. So what do you make of it? Do you think that these black holes will tie in the story, if indeed there are black holes to begin with? So we've got to remember, there might not be black holes in the game at all, but I think there will be. And this next top comment comes from Wild Bushdog 4741, who says, I think we need to have some mystery left before the game comes out. Not answering a few questions is vital to keeping the mystery going until the game drops. I just hope they don't have a shadow mare stalking you through the game, breaking immersion, and pulling aggro and killing all of the Skyrim space dragons. Exactly. So yeah, with that said, I think keeping the mystery is going to be key in this game, of course. And I think that is definitely Todd Howard and Bethesda's intention, of course, leading up to Starfield's launch. They definitely don't want to spoil anything big, and they're keeping their mouth shut about many of these story elements and kind of trickling some of the information about the game to us very carefully as to not spoil any of the major plot points. But that's going to do it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I always enjoy talking about Starfield with you all. This is definitely my most anticipated game of this year, and honestly, I think this is going to be one of my favorite games of all time, if indeed it is what it is shaping up to be. Hopefully the launch goes well. Hopefully there's no bugs in it. If everything comes together as it looks like it is going to be, again, I think this is going to be one of my all-time favorite games ever because of all of the features, the exploration of the galaxy, the shipbuilding, the weapons, the story, all of that stuff. So I am super hyped for this game. Hit the like button if you are super hyped as well. Leave a comment down below. I'll possibly feature in an upcoming video, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, astronauts, and see you later.